Next stop was the Giritale Hotel. A fantastic view over the Giritale Lake, which was made by damming a river as Sri Lanka realised that it needed lots of water, and there are hundreds of man-made lakes all over the country. Then it was off for a cycle, only a fairly gentle ride through absolutely beautiful scenery, paddy fields, and we saw lots of animals and birds. This is a water monitor lizard. Our guide stopped at a vegetable stall and explained the characteristics of all the unique Sri Lankan vegetables.
When it is matured or dead, then you cut into cubes and sections. We scrape this out and put in water, soak in water for some days so the flesh goes off and the scrub stays, the fibrous. Worms, yes. The egrets. Farmer friendly because they eat insects. All the insects. The frog.
Everywhere there is a shrine of some sort or other, and in this case it was on a tree which was heavily encrusted with creepers. We said hello to this family who had built their own house over a period of 2 years. Not a bad effort. And this is an example of the lizards that we saw amongst lots of other birds.
Indian darter, long neck.
Absolutely beautiful. This is a weaver bird's nest, and if the lady doesn't like it, he has to build another one. Then we stopped for lunch cooked in a village, and they showed us how they cooked it all outside. Apparently it was scrumptious, but I didn't take a chance.
Giritale යන්න පුළුවන් මොකක්ද තියෙන්නේ? හදපු එක. Giritale යන්න පුළුවන් ඒවා මොනවද තියෙන්නේ?
මේක Giritale තමයි උයන්න තියාගත්තේ.
Then we had a couple of demonstrations on how to open a coconut, get the water out, and how to scrape the white flesh out of it for cooking.
It has sharp teeth. Scraping of coconut. Ingredients, they are made it ready. Onions, curry leaves, another curry leaf, pandanus, and tomato. And then the scraped coconut, she's going to squeeze out. She has put some
It's durable and soft.
Did you decide this was? This,
I don't know, I lost
Then back to the hotel to relax, and this is the view from my room. It was just lovely. Next day it was back on the bus to visit temples and also to get to Lion Rock. This is one of the oldest temples in Sri Lanka and is of great importance. Lots of monkeys.
Council chamber for the two kings. Yes, of course. It's there's a story behind the line. I'll explain it in the bus. Yes, why it's connected to the flag and all. Creatures that they believe who holds the weight of the earth from the underworld. Because this is damaged. That one is not damaged. The moonstone is in the shape of a half moon.
There he is. He's here.
That's always on elevated platform. To reach the platform, we have to use steps. So they made steps of granite, and these are very heavy. To keep 7 animals, the elephant trunk, 900 years old.
Again, quite an impressive building structure, because I guess these are all those handmade bricks, and then you know.
The Buddha statue, and he's going to play the drum. This is a traditional drum.
Watching me get my food.
The emotion of the face.
I think these are beautiful.
This one here,
yeah.
that one,
Yeah.
all just like it.
Then back on the bus, and we drove past this unbelievably beautiful stupa and Buddha statue, and a fantastic view over the adjoining lake. There were people making offerings, so it's very much a living culture and religion. This bus, and this is our next thing, Lion Rock. We stayed at the Hotel Sigiriya, and you could see Lion Rock from the swimming pool. Truly luxurious hotel, all open plan. It was off to see the famous Lion Rock, which is 200 metres up in the air, and at the end of what was an elaborate series of palaces and grounds.
There's a
The start of the ascent of the rock is through stone steps, and after that you end up having to climb some very rickety and slightly terrifying staircases, which I didn't have the courage to film as I was going up. And then that's only the first bit, and then you have to go up the next bit, which is even more terrifying, rickety staircases, and I just didn't want to look down because it would have terrified me. So anyway, when you get to the top, it's just unbelievable. And it's amazing to think that this particular king had his entire palace built 200 metres up in the air. And there I am to prove it right at the top of the rock. Although it was quite a long climb and it took a few days for my knees to recover, it was well worth it. This is a swimming pool which he had carved into the rock. There were lots of monkeys jumping about everywhere, but you didn't get too close to them. So that was one of the highlights of the trip, really, to go and see Lion Rock, and it was well worth the effort.